Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's introduce our cast. We'll start off with Priscilla.
Priscilla, I'm playing Isburiel, the half-elf bard who is 17 years old.
And Boya, can you tell us about you and your companion?
Yes, hello, I am Boya, and I am playing Bug. He's a warlock bugbear. He's 12 years old.
And who does he travel with?
He is traveling with, he's a friend, Boxy, and a little spider named Tato, I think.
Oh, I forgot about the spider.
I
Yeah.
didn't remember it until last game where you drew it on your back. And you're like, is that you, Tato?
Yeah. He will come to play later in the game, I'm sure.
Going to be a major player.
Yeah.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip, a drow fighter who is 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hello, my name's Matt, and I'm playing Swell, a Water Ganassi cleric of the Tempest God Sunda. He's a very feisty, usually chill, but currently a little bit angsty. Ian.
And I'm your Dungeon Mancer, Brian. I'm currently running the party's NPC companion, Sutrain, a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster from long ago who is looking for a way to magic herself back a body. And now we're going to see the fantastic intro that Matt has animated. Hello, welcome back. Let's do a recap. Last week, the heroes spent most of their time in RumRumble, port town, making plans and shopping for new clothes, healing potions, and other trinkets. The group became enraptured with the mystery of a drow fortune teller who shared Zipanthi's name. Swell contacted his god Sunder via spell to ask if finding her would be a good idea. Sunder said no. But Isburiel wasn't around to hear that, so she tracked down the address of the teen who had read Zip's fortune and then had fled in panic. The home was on the outskirts of a residential area, right next to the dry dock. With the whole group together and no answer at the door, the kids picked the lock, went inside, didn't find Zip, but started questioning the two teens who had been asleep in the small house. A Wantee fled, while a Tabaxi attacked them with a stick and demanded they get out of his house. Rather than leave, the party kept asking where Zipanthi was, finally getting the Tabaxi to calm down via Isburiel's magic. The party learned that the tarot reader was a good girl who just tried to help people find happiness with the cards. But she hadn't come home last night. At this point, the Wantee returned with a group of surly dock workers who surrounded the house and demanded the heroes leave. Swell got very angry and started shouting at the angry mob that they should be helping them look for Zipanthi instead of demanding they stop their home invasion. Swell huffed and puffed until finally one of the group took a swing at Swell, but the team cold-cocked him first, leaving the dock worker dazed and unable to land a punch. The teens didn't really want to hurt anyone and walked away with a combination of angry, frustrated, disappointed, and possibly hungry for more rainbow-colored ooze. We joined the group arriving at the docks and approaching the ship that will take them where they're going. The Money, the name of the boat, is a sloop, a small ship with an excellent maneuverability. I'm going to pull up a picture that I've pre-drawn for the sloop here.
Nice.
The flag it flies is a golden circle with a white shine on a black background, perhaps a shiny coin or a nighttime sun. Its jibs are day-glow bright, and its mainsail features the image of an angel playing a lute, male on one side, female on the other. As is common of angels in Haelon, the halos are rings of rock, and their wings are feathery black with the majesty of the starry universe hidden within. You're greeted on the docks by its captain, Aelrith Highfeather. Ah, good. You're finally here. I hope you're ready for a high time on the high seas.
I look up at the sail and just kind of like do an approving nod. Very beer commercial guy style.
Nice. All right.
Gonna just say, where's my cabin?
Oh, one of the reasons Sloop is so fast is because we don't have a lot of like separate stuff. So we have an area where you can all sleep in hammocks. We'll lead you down. But before you do, let me tell you, we've received a shipment from East Boreal, these large boxes that have bolts of cloth in them, we've been informed.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct?
I think it was just the one bolt.
One bolt? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to meet the crew and do there's a little welcome to the boat ceremony that I'd like us to follow. And then I'd be happy to send you below deck and we'll get out of your hair and you can do what you need to do and we'll do what we need to do. So you can see the crew, and I'm going to drop in a picture of them. If I create a new layer, and I will paste in. There we go. So he introduces you to his bosun, who is an elf named Droswin, and a helmsperson, who is the dragonborn named Thraxiverin, your cook and surgeon tiefling named Nev, and a deckhand halfling named Blet, and their navigator is a secton named Zerb. Now, sectons are insect people. Usually, a lot of them live beneath the surface of Haelon. Unlike in traditional Dungeons and Dragons worlds, there aren't mind flayers and drow and Duergar and all those people living underground because the Titans live underground. But there are little pockets here and there that people don't generally go down and explore where the insect people live. Bug, you've seen a few beetle people, having been from the Gempire where you're in the side of a mountain, and so sometimes they come up to the surface and you interact and you've seen them. And I think East Boreal, you probably have been at a party where you've seen like a moth person, but this is probably the first time that you've ever seen a dragonfly person.
Heck yeah.
And I think, I don't know about, it's up to you whether Swell and Zip would have seen the insect people. I don't think, because they tend to live more underground and you guys tend to live on islands and near water, I don't think it would be deep enough rock in most of the places you've gone.
I don't think Zip has seen a bug person before.
I mean, I've traveled a bit, but yeah, I don't know if I would have seen an insect person, but regardless, I'm a little bit too preoccupied to even really notice. I'm just like, yep, mm-hmm.
Zip's gonna look them up and down and say, do we need to take our shoes off?
No, we find it helps us get a better grip on the ship. But if you're gonna be helping us out, like on the, like hoisting some sails, if we get into some trouble or something, then, you might be better in bare feet. But it's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Zerb can't speak any of our languages, but he speaks in sign language, so he can. I can translate some of what he's saying if it's. I'll teach you a little bit. Just if he needs a little bit of stuff to learn, so if you want to communicate with him. But the other thing I want to do is, this boat's kind of special. It is made from the skin of a dead tree ant. So the tree folk person, when he died, wanted to continue to give and used his body. And so there's magic in this boat. And this boat has sort of a soul to it. So come on over here, and you can. He pulls you over to the figurehead, which is not a person, but a chest of gold and treasure, clearly made out of wood. It does not look authentic in any way. But he says, the boat would like to give each of you a name that it will call you. We're not going to call you this name unless you want to be called it. We all have our own boat names. But if the boat accepts you and welcomes you onto the boat, then you will have its protection. Are you guys game for that?
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't lost anyone since we've been doing this. I tell you, I ran another boat before we got this one this fast. And this one is way faster, and we've been very safe.
Charming. Sea superstitions.
All right. Who's up first? Who wants to get their name?
Yep, me. Let's do it. Come on.
All right. The boat sort of creaks and rumbles, and you hear this voice go, "You are wide-hearted whirlwind."
Cool. Thank you.
All right. All right. Pretty cool name. Anyone else who wants to go next?
What was it? Wide-hearted whirlwind?
Wide, W-I-D-E, hearted whirlwind. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, next.
The boat creaks and moans again. The floorboards shudder, and it says, "You are glowing galaxy molecules."
Is what?
Glowing galaxy molecules.
Oh, nice. Glowing galaxy molecules.
Do we know what
what about-
is? Or
Yeah,
molecules?
Molecules? You might not know. It might be like this weird magic word.
It's like molecules. Is that a kind of
Like a mole.
creature? Yeah, a mole relation? You're not very small and you don't dig very much, though.
What's a cules, anyway?
What about Boxy? Will he get
Boxy.
a name?
Yes, totally. And boat rumbles. It's creaking. There's the noise in the sail. And it says, "You are big tiny."
Okay.
Sutran puts up her hand. She wants to be next.
Her hand being Oliver.
Yes. She puts up herself. There's the creaking boat. The sounds, again, rumbling. And then it says, "You are radiant spirit archer." She gives a thumbs up.
Interesting. We've never really
Radiant
talked about your
spirit.
past, have we, Sutran? Teeny bit, I suppose. It's been a while and there's a lot has happened. Maybe we should talk a bit. And me? What about me?
Boat rumbles, creaks. "You are dance-mouthed rebel poison."
Dance mouth.
It's on the
rebel.
way.
Dance-mouthed rebel poison.
Okay.
All right, then.
Just the sort of creaking of the boards, and then the figurehead speaks once more. "You are biceps avalanche."
Yes, I am.
All right. You guys are welcome to hang out above board, below board, wherever you want. Stay out of the kitchen. We have, like, if you bring your own food, then sure, go and prep it. But otherwise, meals are served, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We don't carry a lot of food here because that's what, we don't weigh ourselves down with all that extra stuff. Meals are pretty simple. We do have drinks, though. Yeah. All right, here. And he brings you down below deck and shows you, like, there's a kitchen galley area, a very small hold that has some empty-looking barrels, and you can see East Boreal's box of fabric, and there's a room that has 6 hammocks in it, and that's the area where you guys are supposed to sleep. And then there's like some other hammocks hanging up around, sort of like in the crew area. And that's basically what's below deck. There's like a built pump, I guess, or something. I don't know what they have exactly down. You're going to discover that I have not been on an old-timey boat and do not know much about what it actually looks like. A lot of this comes from having played Pillars of Eternity Deadfire.
Good game.
Yeah.
Fun. Ofcast in the chat says that I would like the boat to name every character from here on out, which I agree with.
Yeah.
I'll just take a little splinter.
So
it's very reminiscent of the live ship traders ships, if anyone's read that series.
no, I don't know that one.
The ships that are alive for reasons. But yeah, definitely worth checking out.
You guys are now, like, they set sail, the winds are good, the weather is warm. It's just a beautiful day. There's seagulls flying around, and it's just it feels good to be here and on your way. It feels like good omen-y. Before I get into, time is going to pass here by rolling on a random table to see what happens each day, weather-wise and encounter-wise. But is there anything any of you want to accomplish during that 10 days, so that, like, on your downtime, say, like, at the end of the 10 days, I want to have finished doing a painting, or at the end of the 10 days, I've made friendship bracelets for the entire crew, or at the end of the 10 days, like, what is your plan, assuming that Elrith is able to get you there in 10 days? What is your plan over the journey?
Actually, as they're starting to get underway, East is going to take stuff down to whatever accommodations, whatever hammocks they've been given, just kind of long sigh at the presumed crampedness of it, but we'll then turn to the others and say, I don't know about you, but I do not take well to being told what to do, especially by a rabble of peasants who know nothing better about what I am about. So
let's drop it. They don't want to help. They don't want us to help.
Listen, there can only be one Zapanthe, so if that other one died, it's just the way of the universe. That's all I'm saying.
Sunda told me not to worry about it, but then I just worried about it, and now it was nothing but trouble. I just don't get why they were like that. They wouldn't even let us reason with them. They wouldn't even listen at all.
Well, most people don't. I've found generally that you don't reason people into or out of things. You have to appeal to their emotions. So.
Whatever.
Well,
Sure, she's fine, but it just.
not so sure, but also I was not the one who saw her or really anything to go on with it, so it is no claim off my nose.
I agree. Something weird's going on. I don't know what it is, but I don't know.
Well, listen, if fortune favors us, we'll never have to come back to this town or think about it ever again.
It might make an interesting interlude of the doomed fortune teller who saw the doom ahead of us in the teen Titan Slayer's journey, and then befell disaster because she was unable to cope with the greatness that we are destined for. I think that's
Maybe
actually
she
a
thought
very-
that she was reading my future, but she was actually reading her own future. Huh? Got herself and me mixed up.
that's
You
a
need to put that in your
suggestion.
song.
Well, it's definitely a suggestion.
So that's me laughing, not Swell. Swell's in a very dark mood right now. He's not as happy as I am.
And Mispruill will then just go to checking the contents of the bolt of cloth that was delivered to see how it's turned out, and then we'll go off to somewhere on the ship to start writing some lyrics.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to accomplish? I'm going to make notes if there is anything you guys want me to.
Yeah, so for Bug, he's gonna want to he's gonna work on training the little animals in the hat for the 10 days.
Okay.
Can
I
they,
could.
can they only come out one at a time?
Yeah. Here's the thing: is it's sort of a different animal it's supposed to be, but you know what? Why not? Why not let it be the same animal?
Yes. Same one?
And
Okay.
if it dies, it comes back, and it just sort of has some of its old memory. Okay.
Yeah. Or they could all be connected through like a collective subconscious.
Like they're all the same animal, but
Yeah.
like it's the
Like,
same entity. It just takes different forms each time it comes out.
Well, if they come out and run away, for example, and then what is it, like every hour they disappear, but then the next one that comes out, it's still the same one, I guess.
Yeah.
But the three can't come out at the same time, right? The three different.
That's my understanding.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll work on teaching or training each one of them, I guess.
Okay.
Zip is going to take her new name to heart and is going to challenge everyone on the ship to an arm wrestle.
Okay. That's not
Everyone?
going to take 10 days. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
You're gonna train for 9 days.
You're not going to.
I'm going to train for 9 days, and then on the 10th day, I'm going to challenge everyone to an arm wrestle.
Okay, so you're doing push-ups and exercises and stuff.
Yeah.
Burpees.
Yeah, all arm based. Lots of lifting heavy things.
She's skipping leg day.
I'm skipping leg day.
Well, they didn't say glute avalanche.
Exactly.
That's true.
You don't wield a sword with your glutes.
I mean, you could in a pinch.
Well, she doesn't.
How about Swell or Eastburial?
East is going to probably spend his time coming up with, writing a poem that can also double as lyrics, so it works well either way, for a song that he's also going to be writing about the adventures of the Eastburial and the Teen Titans Slayers, chronicling what they've done so far. And he is going to incorporate the tragic doomed prophet and the small-minded townsfolk who were so afraid of greatness that they spurned it.
Spurned, burned.
You're just
That's
writing
good
a
rhymes
diss
there.
track.
Yep, basically. Pretty much. And it's basically like we tried to do good, but the evil of the world denied us.
And they could have been saved if they let us help, but they chose not to, and so thus were doomed themselves. The end. Swell's gonna sook for a couple of days, and then whenever he comes out of it, he's gonna probably try and learn the sign language that the insectoid creature employs.
Oh yeah, and Ispora would also like to talk with Susan about, interrogate her about her past and what exactly she was up to and how she got buried in Neos too.
And Swell, you had talked about wanting to use your water powers to help the boat. Is that something that you're still looking at doing, or?
Yeah, probably not for the first few days. He'll be worked up still for a while, and then eventually, once he's calmed down, he'll offer what aid he can, either like standing at the back of the ship and just like pushing the water or something, or at the front and just like guiding it, like kind of like creating like a current underneath. If it helps, if they find, oh yeah, we're going faster, keep it up, or if they're like, oh, you're not really doing anything, you may as well stop.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see if they're being nice or not. But yeah, we're going like a full extra knot, man. You should keep that up. That's great.
Well, let's jump to the Sutran conversation now. I've called up her backstory here. What are you gonna ask her? Let's
So he's
roleplay
pulled
that
out some parchment or a small notebook and some quills so she can write what she wants to say. And just says, well, I guess in your own words, maybe summarize what you think is the most important things about you. I don't even know what to start, so...
So the first thing she writes is, "Oh, wow, that's hard." And it takes her a while. She thinks about it for a bit. And then she says that she's from the Glass Dominion, where the kings and queens there that rule are vampires that live in the sun and in the light instead of in the dark. And it is a cruel place. And she was learning magic to become more powerful so she could fend for herself and make herself able to basically protect herself. She didn't have delusions or aspirations of, saving the day for everyone else, but maybe herself and the people she was around, her closest friends. Her master was a wizard that she hated. Their name was Rilk's Shatterwand. And they were cruel, but they did have power, and so she was like, I'll put up with this hazing and, having to do all of this terrible stuff because in the end, I'll be able to be strong enough to get away. And she did get away, and she spent some time, traveling and had a lot of fun and encountered a few other gifted people who were sort of aimless like her. But she made her way to King Nevo because she thought that would be a way to make some money, because she'd heard that nobody was able to make a version of him that he liked. And so she had learned how to make a clone from her master. And she tried to create a clone of him, and she says it looked exactly like him. It was fantastic, perfect. He hated it and destroyed it and had her hand chopped off. But mainly that she started off being really angry and resentful towards the world. But when she got out and saw what there was, she started feeling better and more hopeful and met some really great people, and she loves to travel. And being with you guys kind of reminds her of when she was alive and not stuck in a box, and is happy to be with you guys and is thankful that you're taking her on this adventure. She'd love to get her other hand back and get her body back, but at least she's not stuck in a box.
So you're the hand that got chopped off.
They both did.
Okay. But the hands retained sentience on its own, then is what you're saying.
Yeah, due to some magic that I had put on myself, a sort of permanent magical effect that I had on my body, I was able to live on, unfortunately, in this state.
And you are sure that the other parts of you are still alive?
My understanding, what I remember seeing, and she puts seeing in quotes, was
She
my
does
body.
air quotes with herself.
Well,
Yeah.
but she's writing it down. So
Yeah.
what I remember seeing was my body was thrown into the fire. My hands were sent far away because they started to fight back. And so they trapped them in boxes. My memories are fragmented, and I feel like if I can get the other hand, I will remember more about who I was. There are things that I can't picture. Like, I know my master was called Rilks, but I don't remember what they looked like. I don't remember whether, how I met them. There are big gaps in my memory. I can't remember all the people I met along the way. I can't remember most of the magic that I learned. I can remember a lot of the research and some of the geography and, the taste of certain foods, but other parts are just completely blank.
So I am assuming you don't know how long it was since you were thrown into the box and when you came out.
No, I've been unable to keep track of the time. I tried it first, but it was impossible.
How old were you when you were thrown into the box? Do you remember? And actually, Esporta is going to try and remember if he had ever paid any attention to history class and knew the rulers of the Glass Dominion, and if she remembers the names of the rulers at that time. Or any other rulers, I guess, in world politics.
So, Glass Dominion wouldn't be good to go by because they are long-lived or long unlived. As, nobody knows. They don't really talk about it outside of the Glass Dominion, that they're supposedly vampires. Some people don't believe that. You've heard people say, that's what a tyrant who sucks the lifeblood out of his country. Vampire is the perfect, analogy for that. But they walk in the middle of the day. They are not vampires. They're something else. There's no such thing as a sun vampire. That's ridiculous. But Sutran seems to be asserting that. But because their leaders are much longer lived, it would be harder to say.
What about other polities?
You can ask her some other history stuff. Give me a history roll to see if you can think of something that would be the right thing to ask her.
Okay. Thank goodness for... Oh! I wish I could inspire. Well, I guess it wouldn't help. That was a 1.
Oh no.
Everything you try is doesn't give you any more information, and she doesn't remember a lot of it. It's like, I've never been there. Like anything Vasilic Kingdom, she's never been to that area, so she can't help you out there. She knows a few tropical islands. She's like, do you know this island? And you're like, no. And, the Gempire, again, they have a lot of dwarven royalty and leaders, so they've been around for a long time as well. So it's been tough for you to come up with something.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good thing I'm pretty. Then he... So, do you remember seeing your body disintegrate in the fire? Or do you merely remember seeing it thrown in?
Also, maybe focus on how she saw her body disintegrate, because that's of great interest, I think.
Well, I'm assuming she can see in some way, because she's been seeing this entire time. So.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
She's on the same way.
I can see as if I had eyes. As if I had... I can sometimes have phantom sensations as if I have a body still. And I felt my body burning, and it was in great pain for a large amount of time. So I believe that it was burned, even though I didn't see it.
If you felt your body burning, can you feel what the other hand is doing? Seems also some
Somewhere
sort of
cold.
link.
I remember that.
I don't really feel it.
No,
I
you
feel
said it was somewhere
disconnected.
cold. I'm pretty sure when we were like, "Where's your other hand?" You were like, "Oh, it's somewhere cold." That was
Okay.
a long time ago, though.
I thought it was under a dragon.
It is under a dragon, but it's in a box, or I guess it's cold. So
Did he scry it? Or was that just something that she knew at the time?
that was you scried it with the tabaxis, I think.
Right, okay. Yeah, we've had access to a fair amount of scrying. What do you think?
Now, I didn't remember the fact about it being cold. So can anybody remember what color I said the dragon was?
I think it was a gold dragon.
Okay.
I could be misremembering. It was like game 2 or 3, as far as I can remember.
Okay.
But I could have sworn it was somewhere cold. Might be worth rewatching those old episodes.
Sure.
Because I think. Yeah, I don't
That
know.
was apparently the session that I missed, so.
Oh, there you go.
I try to keep notes for some of this stuff, but sometimes I don't get it because I'm drawing and DMing at the same time. But yeah, I can. I'm comfortable with rewriting what I thought was something at the time, but we'll go back and check. Was there something else anybody want to do, like any conversations you want to have, or moments that you want before we start rolling for weather and things?
Just to
Can
talk to the bug guy.
Sure. The bug guy is the navigator, so he, when he's not plotting a course, he's sort of helping around up deck and stuff. He's got that piece of art that I showed you is holding a weird device. That's his telescope, because he's got these giant eyes on the side of his head, so it kind of focuses it all into this one thing. And he shows it to you and lets you try it on, and is generally a very friendly guy, and we can make a roll to see how well you pick up on the language.
Sure.
I'm guessing insight maybe would be a good way for you to be able to pick up on the cues.
I'm happy with that. That's one of my highest stats.
If you have another way that you would learn it.
No, I got a nat 1. So 6 in total.
So,
the trip has been
We're
going
just
great.
a bunch of awkward jerks.
but
Maybe it's really just really motion sick or ocean sick. I don't know about Swell's excuse.
what's your bonus? What's your total there?
My bonus, it's plus 5, so 6 total.
Okay. So you get down some of the rudimentary ones, but at one point you offend him. So you do a gesture that he's like, don't do that again.
I'm just like, what I do? I don't understand.
And he won't tell you what it was, like what it means. He's just like, no.
What if if I'm talking to someone else of your kind and I accidentally do it? Because I promise not to do it ever
Right.
again. I just want to know what it was so I don't ever do it again.
And he's just like, no. Matt?
Okay. But if I offend a queen or dignitary or something, I'm just gonna, think back to this conversation and, all right, moving on.
Anything else?
Fro definitely wants to see if the rest of he's, because of the glam rock nature of the crew, he is going full out with his makeup, etc. And kind of mix and matching what few outfits he has. His wardrobe isn't very extensive while traveling, but he also wants to see if they know how to sing or play or anything, or if it's limited just to the looks. I mean, they have a sail that has a mandolin playing angel thing, but
Yes. Well, over the day you discover that is it here? The dragon born is whistling constantly, basically, and frequently the halfling deckhand is joining in with singing, and the tiefling is like she's got a weird nervous energy about her that like she doesn't seem comfortable sitting still, and is like dances from, you know, like when you see her preparing the food, like she's dancing around the room and she's always seems to be moving. So like they've got, you know, that's going on. And in the captain's area you see that he does have a stringed instrument, but he has not brought it out.
He is going to try and arrange some kind of, I guess, evening festivals, so to speak. Just, you know, everyone playing and singing and stuff.
Okay.
There isn't much else to do here on a boat.
All right, I'm not going to make you roll for this first night because it's only like a half day, so we'll start rolling tomorrow morning. Or from the night into the morning. But give me a performance check to see how well you jam with them.
10.
Okay.
He jams averagely.
They get an 18, so they've got their own thing going on where they're used to playing together, and they have their own style, and they're enjoyable. At least if you appreciate that type of music they're playing, like they're talented, and you fit in. You don't. It's not like you're a natural and like, oh my goodness, you should be in our band. But you're not like discordant, and you're not, you know, you make a couple of, you come in a little too early here, and you know, you fumble over a lyric there, but you know, it's not a disaster. It's just fine.
I still haven't gotten used to all the pitching and swaying of ship.
Speaking of which, I would like the two non-islanders to make me constitution rolls to see how you're dealing with your sea legs.
Constitution checks or saves? Although I guess it doesn't make a difference actually for me.
A constitution saving throw.
17. So one thing I did it.
Pretty good. How about Bug?
I am loading the dice.
Okay.
8.
8. You're feeling a little nauseous. So, which I should talk about, the food is a lot of fruit they're dealing with right away. They're like, we're going to have the fruit right off the top because it spoils. And then as we go along, we're going to be getting into like oatmeal and with flavors on it. So enjoy the fruit while it lasts. And who wants to roll the weather check and the random encounter check for the next day, for your first day of travel?
I feel like Swell needs to roll the weather check since he's the weather boy.
All right, that's a D8, please.
A D8, okay. That is a 2.
2. It is heavy rain. So,
Okay.
you know, it's not nice to be above. Like, you guys wake up in the middle of the night and the sea is pitching, and, you know, there's like a really strong rain, and you can hear it just like pounding down on the roof of the money. The deck, I believe they call it, not the roof. Yeah. And you're swaying pretty violently back and forth in the hammocks, and it makes it kind of hard to sleep. So who wants to roll for, see if you have an event today and what it is?
I'll roll.
I need a D20 for that, please.
14.
14. All right. So the rain stays heavy for, you know, most of the night, and into the morning, you know, the sun comes up and it's a golden sunrise, and so some of you don't really feel like getting out of bed. Others of you who, you know, have shorter trances maybe are better off Swell, you're probably fine because you're used to this kind of thing. Zip, you know, probably okay because you're a drow, so you don't need to sleep as much. But Bug, yeah, you're probably not feeling super good today after that night's sleep. But as you're traveling along, one of the navigator starts making hand signals, and Elrith comes over and starts talking to him. Says, "Oh, okay. It looks like there's some people on an island over there who there's somebody over there waving at us. One person, and looks like there's a crashed boat and stuff. Looks like they might be a castaway. Might have had their ship run aground. I mean, I like to help people out, but I know you got to go where you're going. It's up to you whether you want to stop and see what's going on. If we can, I mean, it's only one person. We'd probably have room. But if you're not comfortable with it, if you're like, hey, we're paying you, let's go, then we can go. It's up to you guys. You're calling the shots here.
Well, by all means, let us demonstrate our generosity and largesse. Take this poor soul who's been stranded.
Yeah, let's save them.
Hey. So the boat pulls up alongside this, very rocky area. They don't get up super close, but they get close enough that the fellow that's on the beach could potentially swim over, and you can see that they're an elven person, and they're wearing fairly tattered clothes, but they look very fine. Like, they're very nice clothes, very much like his Boreals. But
if we're close enough, I'll jump out straight into the water and swim over to grab him if he's swimming towards us.
When you say like mine, do you mean in terms of just general quality level, or in terms of Vassalic Kingdom?
Vassalic Kingdom. It's like, so that it's of that style of the what you would have seen recently in trendy fabrics and stuff. And yeah, the guy starts swimming out towards you, Swell, and he's like, "Oh, it's so wonderful to meet another person who can maybe save me. Hello, can I come on your boat?"
Yeah. Caroline.
Hello, a fellow kingdom elf. Is this elf?
Yes, elf.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good to hear the tones of my country once again.
It is fantastic to. I'm so fortunate that you are the ones who found me, and not some harpies or kraken or shark people or something. Half shark alligator. I don't know. It's could be worse. This looks wonderful. It's very, very charming boat. He's pulled aboard, and Elrith says, "So, if you're going to travel with our boat, you've got to, listen to our rules. We're chartered by these fine people here, and we're headed towards Brightpalm. And, we can, if there's an island, we can stop off nearby. I'm headed to the Vassalic Kingdom, so Brightpalm would be wonderful if you could take me there." "Okay, no problem. We'll drop you off at Brightpalm, and you can arrange travel from there."
And what is your name, good sir? Man? It's a man?
It's a man. Just give me a second to call it up here. My name is Velric Elderroot of House Godsmead. And you are?
I am Isburiel of the House of Agdevin. What do I know about Godsmead?
Not familiar with your house, I'm sorry. Godsmead is like, how, so the Vassalic Kingdom, there are many, was a widespread elven kingdom, and now it's dwindled to a few heads that fight for control over what they should do over a very little amount of land that's left, because the rest has been rewilded by the hag liches that take over the territory in the north. And Godsmead is one of those houses. So this is like royalty.
With their territory
of some sort.
taken over?
Well-
Or no, it's just one of the houses, one of the old noble houses.
It's one of the old noble houses that still holds power.
Oh, okay. Sorry, can you repeat his name again?
Sure. Velrick, Velrick, Elder Root. And he has sort of light brown skin with long, dark hair, and is fairly hirsute for an elf. Like,
Do they actually have a beard? Do they have like shipwreck stubble?
yeah, let's do that. And I was thinking, like, yeah, it has like the chest hair. You know, you can see on the ripped, shirt that he has, and you can see like the chest hair coming out.
As Boreal looks at Zip.
What's our general sense of him? Has he seen?
Zip's fanning herself. She's just done like 20 push-ups in a row, so she's also just really kind of sweaty, but appreciating this hirsute elf.
So you can give me an insight check there, Swell.
I've pulled him up on board after swimming out to save him.
Yeah. He accepted your help.
It's an 11 total.
He seems, on the level so far. He hasn't, he doesn't seem particularly, because you pulled him with you, that like he has a dagger in the back of his like belt, and has a money pouch or like purse or something that he has with him. But you don't really get much of a sense or a vibe of him other than it's kind of like maybe a stuck-up elf like East Boreal.
Is there anyone else from your ship that we need to find?
Unfortunately, I don't believe that that will be possible. I have done many, I swim around looking for them as much as I can, and then I swim back. And if you want to do once around the islands, maybe you can see something that I missed. But I've been looking for. I think it's been 9 days. I have been on this island. I've had fresh water from the rain, and there's some food that was growing here, some fruits and things that I was able to survive on. But I have not seen. Our boat was attacked by pirates. We were headed with a large amount of goods back to the Vasilic Kingdom, and I suppose we were ripe for the plucking, and we were plucked. Such was our luck. But as you can see, I have fairly strong muscles for swimming, and well, I admit I dove off and I didn't start fighting when our ship was scuttled. I didn't stay around to battle the pirates, as I knew I would not be having any of the goods. Others joined me. Some, tried to swim, but were not successful. They fired arrows upon us, and I was luckily able to get away, but it was not pleasant.
Oh, that sounds like a trying time. Do I know anything about have I heard about Velrick specifically, or about the house specifically in terms of like?
Yeah, sure. Give me a history check.
Politics?
And he said he hasn't heard of the House of Elderwind.
That's right.
6.
6. Okay, so you definitely know of Godsmead because they're like, it's like you're going to know the kings. I put it in your backstory. Let me pull it up here so I can tell you what I told you from there. They are of the political groups that have their machinations and stuff. They're the ones that usually don't care about politics and just want to get drunk and party all the time, and are often plied by wine by the other houses to win their vote. And Yeah, so he's a bit of a part of a family that is probably up your alley.
Well, I will set about trying to make him welcome. I suppose.
Well, it's got to get named by the ship.
Yes, I was gonna. That I have not prepared, so you guys talk amongst yourselves about what you think of him in a hushed corner while I write this down.
Is it normal for nobles to be on trade missions? Don't they have like lackeys that they send out for that kind of thing?
Sometimes some nobles are a bit more hands-on, and by the looks of his muscles, he seems to prefer a bit more of an active lifestyle. Although, certainly, I suppose some nobles have a bit do them for show. Given that he didn't fight back, maybe it was that too. But honestly, sometimes home is very dreary and all about this war and more war and getting the land back, and so it's good to get away and see new lands. So I can understand why you might choose to get away from all this stuff.
He said he didn't seem to know your house. Is that?
Yes, I mean he doesn't look very bright, does he?
I'll look over at him and then look at you, and I don't know.
So while you were doing that, Elrith was explaining the naming ceremony, and just very well. I mean, I suppose if you don't have to call me this, just the boat, right? You still refer to me by my title? Oh, your title. No, we have to refer to you by your boat name. I'm sorry, sir. If it's how I get the protection of the boat, then very well. And the boat shudders and creaks, and the floorboards of the deck do a little dance. It says, "You are golden bear, Knuckles."
Well, I guess he's saying it, so it's not like enough to spell it, but I asked, do you mean bear as in grr or bear as in...
He looks a bit uncomfortable, like,
I was asking that
like,
to the ship figurehead.
Okay.
But,
the figurehead doesn't answer. He goes, I guess bare knuckles. I don't fight with my... I'm not so good with the sword, to be honest. I'm sorry, I'm not so good with the sword or maintaining my accent.
Well, to be fair, I think my accent just shifts wildly between word to word, so... Oh, well, Zip here is also very much into the boxing and wrestling. She's pretty much all about just the rude physical violence.
Zip's gonna be like, I'll take you on. You wanna arm wrestle? I'll practice on you.
Perhaps I'm a little bit, an easy target today. Maybe after a few days on board, allow me to recuperate a little bit more.
All right, well, don't take too long. Your reputation is at stake here.
Oh, no, I will not. I promise I will. I would be very happy to arm wrestle with a fine young lady such as yourself. And he gives you a wink, and he is escorted down and shown around where he's going to be. And Aelrith says, "Hey, so do you want me to put him bunking with you guys or bunking with the crew? I don't care either way, whatever you prefer."
I think bunking with the crew, probably.
As Isburiel saying that, Zip's gonna say, he can bunk with us. Or, I mean, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
You figure it out soon. Tell me in the next couple minutes. Have a little vote. Talk amongst yourselves. Does the box vote? I don't know.
He'll be around plenty enough. I'm sure we'll see him. There's not a very big... Doesn't have to sleep with us.
I'm okay with either way. I mean, it's not like we're all stuck in this together. So it's not like he even if he is suspicious, he won't run away.
Is Swell gonna weigh in?
I'm just gonna shrug and head down to the room.
Well, I got one vote for and a middling vote for. Sorry, a strong vote against being in your cabin and a middling vote for 4. So I'm gonna say that's probably with the crew. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And he pops down and you can hear him talking below deck. Yeah, the rest of the day is going to continue without much going on. Your rainwater barrels that collect fresh water are now completely full, thanks to the storm last night.
You love your little animals, Bug. Really
Yes.
cute. The bunny looks really tired. He's just like, I'm sick of this. I don't know. So good.
You're training me?
Angry, tired, and confused.
Yeah,
The 3 emotions.
Yeah.
so good.
And I'm enjoying Glamrock Elrith as well. Or not Elrith, sorry, East Boreal.
I just remembered that he had finery in the style of the island. So I was like, oh, I should actually figure out what that looks like.
Oh, yeah.
I think you bought it a while ago.
Anybody want to? Oh, I should say like that. The angel image is like one of those island style images where it's animated, like he's playing the guitar and she's playing the guitar. The angel figures, they're moving. So, who wants to roll for the next day? If you guys don't have anything else you want to accomplish that day.
I can roll for the next day.
All right. You want to roll weather first? Give me a D8.
Got a 3.
3. Light rain today. And how about what's going to happen? Who wants to roll the D20 for the day?
Sure, I'll go ahead and do it. 8.
8. All right. The day passes without event. Just a nice day of being on the boat. There's more music. The rest of the crew are really having a good time, making fun of the uptight elf. You guys learn the rest of the crew. They start referring to each other by their boat names. And you find out that Elrith's name is Fire-Breathing Flagon. The bosun is Bone White Book. The cook surgeon, her name is Blackbark Tree Wolf. The deckhand is Heaven's Golden Crust. And the navigator is Blood-Soaked Halo.
Those are
Okay.
very exalted names.
So hold on a second. Fire Breathing Flagon was the captain.
Yeah,
Bone White Book.
the bosun.
Bosun. Okay, hold on. Which one? The captain was the glam rock guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're all kind of glam rock, but he was the
He's the elf, right?
most. He's the blonde elf.
Yeah. And then that's the dragon board's not called Fire Breathing Flagon. That's the
No, his name is Sky Knife.
eye knife. Okay.
So do they, when they call each other these names, do they always use the full one every time? Or do they sometimes abbreviate it by like Sky? Or Fire? Or Flagon, whatever.
When they're around, when you catch them around each other, they just call each other by their regular name. But when they're around the bare knuckles, they use their full names and insist that he use their full names and his full name. So they're just enjoying messing with him. Anything else you guys want to do that night, knowing you've got like a new person to talk to on the boat, or if you want to change what your plans were?
I could split my time between writing my propaganda song and figuring out what this guy is all about. So.
All right. Do you want to role play it out, or do you want to give me an insight check, or what do you want to do?
I'll just do a quick insight check.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
don't think he's really all that wary about him, so. 4.
4. He's actually pretty cagey. He doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for you. And treats you like he does anybody else on the boat. He's was quite happy to see you at first, now that he's being rescued, but now that he's been talking to you for a bit, he doesn't seem he's keeping to himself. But you do at least get out of him that they were bringing back rum. That they're bringing back rum and coffee were the two main things, and some chocolate. That's why they're in RumRumble. It's because the gods need people. They like their wine, but to get something imported and fancy, some aged rum. All right, you're on to day 3 already, because you had a day of nothing exciting happening. Who wants to roll for the weather and for what happens?
I'll roll for the weather this time.
All right.
What's it, a D8?
It is a D8.
1.
1. Ooh, slow going today. It's foggy. It's kind of hard to see where you're going. Your time's going to be cut down. Now let's see what happens while it's foggy. Give me a D20, somebody.
I'll do it. I got a 13.
13. All right. Bug, while you're downstairs trying to teach your animal stuff, you discover like there's a little berry left on the floor with a leaf underneath it.
Wait, where am I?
You're below deck trying to train your animals.
Is that where we were sleeping, or just?
I don't know, where would you have been doing it? Would you have been doing it in sort of the larger crew area, or would you be doing it in your room?
Probably my room.
Okay. So yeah, it's in your room.
Oh, okay. I pick it up and I sniff it. What is it?
It is give me a nature check, see if you know what it is.
Uh, 18.
Sorry, is that 18?
Yeah, 18.
So you know a lot of different foods. You've eaten so many things. You may prefer potatoes, but you've, over the years, whatever you can get your hands on, you've tried it. But this is something you've never tried before. You don't recognize this.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna have is it like, how big is it? Is it like a blueberry size?
Yeah, probably a little bigger than a blueberry, somewhere between a blueberry and a cherry.
I'm gonna have a little taste.
It tastes quite good. It has like it has a blueberry cherry taste kind of to it.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna ask the creature if they know where it came from.
Which creature?
I'm gonna ask the mouse
Okay.
that I'm training.
Do you have a way to speak with animals?
Yeah, I have I know animal speech.
Okay. The the mouse says, I didn't see. Can I have some?
Okay. Sure.
The mouse eats a little bit of it. That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, well, I mean, if nobody knows what it is, I'll just eat the whole thing. And then I proceed to do that.
I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on.
I mean, my concern is that the mouse dropped it themselves, but, you know, it's the worry.
You do you, Bug.
5.
Sorry, what was that?
I got a 5.
5. Okay. So you eat it, and it tastes good. You keep, teaching your mouse what to do. And then after a while, the mouse is like, why have you got spots all over you?
Oh, what spots?
You sort of look down at your hands, and like you can see, like on the skin beneath the fur, you can see that you've got like these bright rainbow dots all over your skin, especially apparent in the areas where you've shaved your head and cut your hair off to give to the wood witch.
Do I feel anything, or is just the visual?
Just the visual.
Oh, okay. I'm like, whoa, what? This never happened to me before.
You look funny. Can I have a perception check from you, Bug?
A what check?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. 14.
14. You feel like there's a lot of noises going on with like the waves and people talking around and singing and stuff on the ship, but you swear you hear a little bit of laughing.
I hear laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, but you said it's pretty noisy in general.
Yeah. Like there's always somebody singing usually on this boat.
Yeah.
There's music going on.
But I hear laughing.
You're just like a.
Do you hear that? Do you hear laughing?
No. Sounds like a boat.
Okay. Well. I'm gonna I start getting a little paranoid. I'm like, this is really weird, so I'm gonna go and find someone I know.
Okay. Let's say that you bump into Swell. Swell's being kind of grumpy still and just moping around downstairs.
I might have actually been in the room with you. I've been trying to avoid everyone.
Yeah, maybe you're just sitting there sketching in your book at the time.
Okay, I guess I go and get your attention. I'm like, Swell, look at me.
What's up, Bug? You okay?
Do you see this on my? Do I look okay to you?
I mean, yeah, you look fine. Do I see the spots?
You see the spots, yeah.
Oh. Did you get bitten by one of your new friends?
No, okay, so I saw a berry earlier when I was training my mouse. I saw a berry on the floor.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, long story short, I ate it.
Oh.
And I mean, it tastes pretty good. But then now I'm covered in spots. And
What did it look like? Is it just a berry, like a blueberry or something?
yeah, it was just a berry on a leaf.
I'm gonna put my hand to the back of his head. You know, the way you check someone's temperature. And does he feel warm?
Feels a little warm.
Does he look sweaty?
No.
Did you hear laughing voice?
Uh,
Early?
What did I?
A perception check.
23. 22. Sorry, I can count.
Yeah, you thought you heard some laughing, but like, you know, maybe it was part of like a song or something. Like, you know, like you didn't necessarily twig into it being something unusual.
Yeah, I think it was just people upstairs or in the crew cabin.
Okay.
What, did it sound different?
Yeah, it sounded, I don't know, kind of weird.
I'll go get you some water at least. I'll be back. Oh,
Okay. I mean, do you know what this is? Have you seen this kind of thing?
No, this is, well, gonna make a medicine check to see if I've recognized.
Yeah, you can do medicine. I think maybe you'd want to do like something like nature-y. You can nature or medicine, whichever you want.
Well, I think Swell's coming at it from like a more of a medicine sort of standpoint.
Sure.
But
Happy to have a medicine check.
it's only a 5.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like this.
Hmm.
I mean, you don't think it's like a sickness?
Okay. I'll just say, I think, Bug, I hate to tell you this, I think it's really serious. I think you should lie down.
Oh no. Oh no, okay. Alright.
I'll get you some water. Hold on, I'll be right back, and I'll run off and grab him some water. And if I see the others, I'll say, I think something's wrong with Bug.
I want you to make a perception check.
Okay. It's 22. I kid you not, I rolled for both my perception checks 19s. So 22 in total.
Yeah, you hear the laughing again, and this time it sounds like distinctly not like it's coming from above deck because you've moved like your position.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that doesn't sound like it's coming from.
Bug, did you hear that?
Should I make a perception check?
Sure.
I got a 3.
3. No. You did not
Come
hear
here,
that.
come here. I'll wave you over. I'll
freaked out.
say, as you're about to get into the hammock, I'll say, come, quick.
Well, where did you hear it coming from?
Was there a direction?
Yeah, it's in sort of in behind some of the storage stuff.
Okay. Like, I'm back there. And I'll like point where I think it came from. I'll be like, is it like kind of, could we go around the sides and kind of like trap whatever's behind it?
You could. I mean, if there's somebody back there, like they're very thin or something. Like there's like it's coming from sort of between a barrel and the wall. Like it's.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what's behind there. I mean, if you heard something,
Let's have a look. We'll poke our heads around.
All right. You have a look, and you don't see anything.
Huh.
let's move the stuff, the barrels. Is there nothing?
Okay. Yeah, we'll pull the barrels out.
Okay. You're moving barrels around, and you're looking, investigating, trying to find this. Give me an investigation check.
Both of us?
Should I or slow?
You can both roll, and then we're going to take the better one. You're both participating in this.
11.
We got a 12.
All right. You guys, you feel like you've moved everything that you could move, like weight-wise. There's some things that maybe you don't feel comfortable moving because you don't even know what's in them. But you do your best to look around, and you can't find anything. But I would like another perception check.
Okay. Oh my god. I rolled another 19. I'm not even kidding.
That's fantastic.
Anyone can check the roll log on D&D Beyond if you.
And I see your roll.
Oh my god. Okay.
Uh,
The 22 in total.
yeah, and what was Bugs?
11.
11. Okay. Bug, you hear the laughter again, but Swell, you definitely hear it and know where it's coming from, and this time it's coming from up top high, like in sort of like if you look at the drawing board, you can see like how they have those supports on the boat. So it's like coming from that little corner area.
Do I see it? Whatever.
You don't see anything there. You just hear it.
Okay.
Who's
What can I do? What can I do? I can do something.
But do you tell me like where is that coming from?
It's coming from. And I'll like kind of get down and like whisper in your ear, and I'll say, "Section just up there." Don't look, because it might run away again.
Okay. Do you see is somebody up there?
It's nothing. That's where it came from.
Do you think they're invisible?
What I can do.
Maybe you can throw something at it, and then it fall down.
Go to the other side. Try and trap it.
Yeah. Are there any like doors and windows open, or it's pretty?
There are no windows actually on the sloop. So like there's a trap door. It's not a trap door. What do you call the name of the door that goes?
Hatch.
A hatch. That's the word.
Yeah.
Where there's a hatch.
Cargo bay door sort of thing. It goes up to the next on the below. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. There's like there's the big square that you would lower stuff, heavy things in, and then there's also the hatch that you would flip up if you were walking up and down via the staircase.
I'm
Or
looking
really,
up old
probably
boat
a
terminology as we speak.
Probably a ladder.
Okay. I don't think it's on any of these. I think it's just a hatchway. Like
It's a
cargo hatch type stuff.
well, in this world it's called a flagorm.
Batten down the phlegons, guys. The storms are brewing.
Rolls off the top.
Flagorm. Say it with the right accent, right?
Can we try and work in unison to like try and catch whatever's in this little thing, in the section?
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like what you're looking for is to make yourself an attack roll, which is going to be at disadvantage because you're attacking a foe that you cannot see.
Okay. Even if we're working together to flank it?
Yes.
Okay.
So what's the? Is it like a, like what's which?
What sort of roll would you like?
An attack roll. You can both make an attack roll at the same time.
Is it like an unarmed strike?
If you're
Or like
going
an athletics to grapple?
what do you intend?
Just catch. Like I'm not trying to hurt anything. I'm just trying to.
You roll what you want to roll, like whatever you think is the appropriate thing.
Got an 18.
Like dexterity.
If you want to use your dexterity to try and grab it, sure. Use dex.
Yeah. Or acrobatics. No.
No, not in acrobatics. It would be like a dexterity check of some sort.
11. Or I have to do 2 times, right?
No,
9.
9.
Oh right, sorry, yeah. Disadvantage. God damn it. Okay, second roll was a natural 20, but my highest one was an 18.
Okay. So you guys go up to that top area where you think you can grab it, and you reach up and you snatch, and you like both at the same time, like you bump hands. There's nothing there now.
Okay, well they probably left. I mean,
You hear some skittering noises, and Sutran's the hand enters comes out from the room you guys were in,
It was Sutran all along.
and she's like, the hand goes like that.
What does it do?
no?
She's starts looking around the room, like the hand starts investigating, lifting things up, and is now trying to help you guys find what's going on.
Can we? Well, all the doors are closed, right? As we discussed earlier. Okay. Can we do another perception check to see if we hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Natural 1.
7.
All right.
19 luck spell ran out.
Okay. So you guys are waiting and looking, and trying to find out what's going on, and you're keeping an eye peeled. And suddenly, Bug, you turn around and you look at Swell, and his hair now has a bunch of has a ribbon tied to it that has like a thing that says dangling from it, and on the ribbon it says over and over again, "I am a bum, I am a bum, I'm a butt, I smell like butts, I'm a bum," and it just says that over and over. And it's like now tied in Swell's hair.
Swell, what's that on your hair?
What? But nothing. But what?
Oh, that ribbon. It's
What ribbon?
tied on your hair.
You notice the ribbon.
We'll just take it out and...
You hear laughing again.
Where is it coming from?
This time it's coming from the top of a barrel, 20 feet away from you.
All right, so someone's playing prank on us.
Yeah.
We
It's
can,
Burial! Zip! Just calling out.
After a few moments, you hear footsteps and he sort of pokes his head in.
Can you see invisibility? Like someone that's invisible?
I can be invisible. That's not quite. Why?
There's something invisible in here, and it's really small, and it's being a real jerk.
Can't you control water? Just spray the air.
So he's thinking really hard about that. He's like, okay.
And then he also says, and if Boxiel is around, he has some cloth that could also be used for this. Actually, I think I stored the other bolts of cloth that I had bought in Boxy, but if we want to change that and make that not the case, then it's fine.
I feel like you might have stored the bolts of cloth. I think what you had was the tapestries or whatever that animate. That's what had arrived. So those.
I had 6 bolts of cloth, just undyed because it was nice cloth, and then I sent one of them to be dyed with a vat of dye that I also bought, which I assume used it up. But so that leaves 5 bolts of undyed cloth.
Okay. Did you buy the animated stuff though?
No, it wasn't. It was just plain.
The pearlescent stuff was
yeah, maybe. I don't really remember.
It was fancy stuff. I remember it being nice.
And then later, I got.
Sorry.
In a separate town, I had made a trip to a dyer. By the dyeing town, I bought about a dye, and then also had one of those bolts of cloth dyed with it. So. maybe at a different town also. There was like a whole chain.
Yeah,
So-
I think in New Firestone you got them to do the dye job that made like the animated picture, and that's what you were going to be having sent ahead.
Yes, but I also still had those other bolts of cloth.
Yes. So you have some expensive bolts of cloth.
Yes, so I want to retrieve one of the other ones,
Okay.
the undyed ones, and I start rolling them out and go. I hold one in and then I toss the other to Swell, since it seems like it's taking him a long time to grasp the idea of like misting the air.
Okay.
I mean, I can make a fog cloud, but that's going to make it hard for us to see.
It is foggy outside.
Yes, I don't think that's the idea we want, but more, if you move, and I don't think we want to flood it, so maybe this would be easier. I don't have any flour
'Cause,
or
I mean, I
powder
can
or
create
anything
like
else with the
10
salt.
gallons of water in here, but if we ruin the supplies, they may not be happy with us.
So he's holding one end of the bolt, and he's going to throw the other end to Swell and just be like, "Catch!"
Okay.
And he'll just like try to hold it up in the air and then just let it down, kind of like those parachute things,
Oh, yeah.
like the parachute game. Oh,
Okay, as you're doing that, there's just like little bits of water start appearing and dripping down onto the fabric, and the fabric starts getting wet, and you hear laughing, and they're going pee 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 pee, and there's something
resting on any.
It's not on anything. This is like something is above it now.
So there's nothing like, there's no stream of wee. It's just like,
Yeah, no, there's a stream of wheat.
okay, can I, at that point, if I can see this stream of wee, I am going to use a cantrip. If I can get to it, give me a second. It is shape water. You can freeze the water, provided there are no creatures in it. So there are no creatures in it, but I'm going to freeze it at the stream, hopefully with the intention of causing a little bit of pain and discomfort to this creature.
Question is it water because, like, can you use that to freeze, like, juice or...
I guess it's up to you to decide. I can see a liquid.
You know what?
and
It would be funny, so we'll do it.
Here's a question for you. What's the difference between lake water and sea water? Is it the salt content?
Yeah.
I would say pee is still water. It's not water you want to bathe in or drink or anything, but
Can he manipulate ink? Or actually, you know what? Actually, Eastwood's going to try this, because he won't necessarily know ahead of time anyway. So he takes out his bottle of Ever ink that he got from Idarin, and just kind of like makes this sort of gesture to splash it toward the area.
Okay, I'm gonna let because Swell said they want to do something first. I'm gonna let the pea freeze happen first, and you can go to get that out after. So we're gonna resolve that.
Yep.
So you cast a spell, and sure, let's make this happen. I don't know if it's gonna work on other liquids, but pea, why not? And it freezes, and then you go, whoa! And then you hear another voice laughing. Good one. Blue guy make good one.
there's multiple
Oh,
creatures.
okay. What do you splash your ink then? Is for you?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to try and splash the ink in the direction of that sound first. Not letting go of it, just like letting the stream.
Okay. I'll give you a roll to hit at disadvantage.
I guess that would be what, dexterity? Ranged?
Sure.
Oh, that was a 1.
All right. You've now got a pea and ink splattered, expensive bolt of cloth.
Oh no.
I kind of look at it and go, it's a really nice color too. It's like a very like dawn sort of coral shade. And it says, you owe me for this cloth, by the way. I hope you know.
Yeah, you hear that? You owe Spuriel for this cloth.
And he's gonna try and like lift it up again to move it toward the ceiling, since
Bug?
it seems they're not below it.
Okay. Oh, Bug, did you say you
With-
wanted to do something there? Bug hasn't had a turn in there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say at this point I've summoned my little bat,
Okay.
joined this chaos, and
So you have your mouse out right now, right?
yeah, but you know it expired and
Okay. So you pull out a
I
bat.
summoned the bat, yeah. But I basically told the bat to like find the creature that's making the noise.
Okay, I'll have a look for it. Oh, I could see them. There's 2 of these dummies. They're little guys.
Oh, can you try to grab onto them?
Oh, okay. I don't think I want to do that. They look pretty tough.
Okay. Oh, what if you
I'll fly over top of this one over here.
And he's flying over, like, there was the one that had been peeing, and he's flying over the one where you're the ha ha ha, like the deeper laugh. So he's flying over in that direction, over top of, a couple of boxes, a couple of crates there.
There's one under me now.
And we can't see that thing at all.
And you can't understand what he's saying. Like, Bug can talk to the bat, and the bat can talk to Bug, but you guys are not understanding what's being communicated.
yeah. So then I'm like, he's under the bat. Get him.
They are going to okay, on its turn, it goes down to the ink, and then it you can see like the pattern of the ink down there that's been splattered. Now there's like it looks like it's dragged its tiny finger across and writes the word butt. That's what it does for its turn. So there's now the word butt written on your fabric. And then
L'Oreal kind of snickers at this.
They're mocking us.
and then
I mean,
the you hear a voice swell from behind you, and the bat is now like very close to you because the bat's following this creature, and it says, "Do something else to him. Do something else to him."
Wait, who said that? The creature said that?
I'm gonna
You
say,
hear that-
I would if I could see him.
Well, that's the fun of it. You don't know where he is. He's down there somewhere. Look, he's making a butt.
And how close is this creature to me?
Probably like within 5 feet for sure. Like pretty close.
Okay. All right. Can I try and freeze the ink then that this creature is like writing in?
I'm gonna say ink is not water.
I don't know what to do. I've tried nothing and I'm all out of options.
how big is this room?
I haven't actually mapped out the size of the sloop yet, but I would say that, a boat is probably, 20 feet across? Does that sound about right? Does that feel too big? Probably too big. Nah, I'll say 20 feet across. And then probably this area is maybe, if you're in the hold, 20 feet by 20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to try and the door's closed, right? And there's no portables or anything.
Yep. I mean, it depends. Did you close the door after you?
Yeah, I mean, when he said there's something invisible, I wants to catch it. So, leaving the door open seems. I can do an intelligence check for that if you like.
You also know generally where two of them are, because you hear one of them laughing
Yeah.
pretty close to you, like closer to
Well,
Swell.
that was an 8 for intelligence, so this entire time that door has been open.
Okay.
But now that he's thinking about it, he is going to close it and take out a block of incense from his pack, because apparently I have it, and will kind of fiddle with his tinderbox and light it, and see how long it takes for the room to fill with a little bit of a nicely scented smoke.
Okay. That is done.
Look for where there's any like absences of smoke.
Okay. So you've started the incense. Bug, is there something you wanted to do?
I'm gonna go to the bat where the bat is hovering, and I'm gonna try to hold on to. Or am I even close?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just basically grab the person.
You're gonna try and grab the little creature. Make a roll to hit. It's still at advantage, but I'm gonna lower its armor class because you know where it is a little bit.
Oh. Wait, how do you roll a hit?
What do you mean?
Like, is it like a unarmed strike?
Yeah, unarmed strike.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with that.
11.
11. Okay, you grab a hold of like what feels like a tiny ankle. I go, oh no, not me. You gotta get him. He's the one who's doing all this stuff.
Okay, but can you make him not invisible or show us where he is?
No. I can't make that guy do anything.
Who are you? Are you guys the same type of creature?
Yeah, we're sprites.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, now that I have the other person, I tell my bat to follow the other one.
Okay. He's down here making a butt.
Actually, I probably can't read.
He's down here.
And the bat starts flapping over top of the other one. Zip, you haven't been involved in this. You didn't run down when you were asked for help. Do you want to come down at this point?
Sure.
Okay, so you open the door that's just been closed. Do you want to close it behind you as you come in?
No.
Okay. So you walk in and you see, like, there's a...
Zip
like
opens every door like this.
So you open the hatch and go down the ladder, and you see that, like, there's a bolt of fabric on the floor with, like, ink spilled on it and the word butt, and like a big, long icicle, thin icicle reaching up from the... actually, maybe it's probably toppled over at this point.
Yeah.
There's just a long icicle on the floor, and Bug is, like, sort of doing this with his hand like he's conducting or something, and there's a bat flying around sort of over top of the fabric, and Eastboreal has some incense out.
Close the
Walking
door!
on the craziest scene possible.
Are you guys performing some kind of weird magic ritual or something?
Yes, shut the door!
Okay.
But you can stay in here if you want.
Maybe I don't want to.
It just slowly backs out.
I'll go and close the hatch.
Do you want to do something while you're down here, or should we just go ahead to Swell?
I'll just close the hatch.
Okay. Swell, what are you doing?
Can I, as the incense kind of given me an idea of where this creature is?
No, it's only been 6 seconds of incense, and there's been a draft. Now, the fact that the bat was flying over top of the voice, and then the bat has now gone down to where the ink is, you have a decent idea of where it is. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna cast detect magic.
okay.
Let's see. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Give me a second. I don't know what I can do. Yeah, no. Detect magic seems like the best thing to do.
Okay. You sense an invisible force floating above there.
Okay. Can I see like rough shape or anything like that?
I mean, it's a good question. Whether
So
at
the
first
wording
level,
of detect
Go ahead.
the wording of detect magic says that you have to be able to see it in order to see the magic.
Oh, okay. If
Otherwise,
you
like
sense magic, you sense
yeah,
the
you
presence
can
of magic
sense
within
something's
30
nearby.
feet. Yeah, if you
but-
sense magic, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area.
Otherwise,
That is-
invisibility would be really trivial to defeat.
yeah, I was going to say like a first level spell doesn't feel like it should be able to beat a second level spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't detect anything.
Yeah.
Other than what my companions have.
Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, you know that the mirror that Esporil has is magic. The wand of smiles.
I have 2 magic mirrors now, actually, since Bug gave me one.
Yep.
All the collecting all of
I'm just collecting shinies. Yeah.
I guess that's my turn then.
Okay. Is.
I'm going to. I'll leave the incense to do his thing, and then I'm gonna grab the edges of the cloth on the ground and try to flip it and roll it over and tangle up the. I'm basically gonna try and grapple the invisible thing that's writing on the ground on the sheet right now.
Make a grapple attack.
I think that's a. This is gonna be great.
What
My
was that?
strength. This is gonna be great. My strength is awful. 7.
7. Yeah, you. It is zipped out of the way at this point, and the bat as well. The fabric is heavier than you thought it was going to be, and you're wafting the incense smoke around. Bug, what do you want to do?
Wait, so what happened? Did you grab the other creature or no?
No, the other creature's still flying around.
And the bat is still on top of.
Well, you maybe you can't see.
Okay.
They've recently moved because the fabric was flipped around.
Yeah. So I'm like, bat, are you still keeping track of the sprite?
I'm trying to. He moves pretty fast. He's pretty close.
Okay. I mean, I'm still holding the other one, so I tell the other guys that I'm like, the sprite's under the bat. Just dive for it. Get him.
So that doesn't grant us like advantage or anything, like if someone can see it or knows where it is.
I said I lowered its armor class for Bug, so I think he hit on a pretty low roll. It was like a 10 or a 12 or something that he hit with.
Wait, just for me though, or for everyone?
Anybody who's attacking with the help of the bat, who's hovering right above it.
Yeah.
The reason you guys missed before was it wasn't there. Like when you were invisibly both trying to attack it and sneaking up on it, it had
Oh, I
moved.
see. I see.
But
So
this time, now you have something that's floating around that has echolocation that can find it. Because
all right.
so the bat was a smart move there. So that's going to end your turn, unless you want to try and grab it yourself with the other hand.
Well, I mean, I don't want to risk releasing the other person.
Then the other one, let's see, is going to grab. Where's the incense, Esporil?
It's probably off in a corner. It doesn't really need to be
Okay.
nearby. He just doesn't want it to get stomped out or anything.
Okay. You see the bat fly over to where the incense is and back and drop the incense on the fabric. And that's it. That's the and then it goes. That wasn't very funny. You're getting pretty weak there with your jokes there, buddy. The one that's in Bug's hand says that. And you hear a response. I've got a lot to work with here. Zip, what do you want to do?
All right. Having assessed the situation, but not really understanding what's going on, I'm gonna grab wildly near the bat to see if I can find an invisible guy.
All right, roll to hit.
$13.
13. Yep, you grab a hold of it. Oh, sorry, you need to make 2 attacks. You need to, you're at disadvantage. 13 will be enough if that's your highest.
Nope. Oh, hang on. Oops, nothing. Nope, 8 is the highest.
Okay, no, you're missing. Trying to grab it, zipping out of the way of Zip. Swell, do you want to do something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to grab it.
Okay, 2 attacks at disadvantage.
First one's a 15, second one is a 15.
Okay. I forgot to say that during Zip's attack, they were making some music going, you're gonna miss me. Oh! Because you just grabbed him, Swell.
Alright. I'm gonna keep like a good grip on him and just be like, who are you two and what do you want? Why are you here?
We're bored. We needed to get off that stupid island.
Okay.
I'm Frumpf. That's Oopla. No. You're Oopla. I'm Frumpf. Oh, yeah. I'm Oopla. That's Frumpf.
I'm gonna point whichever one I have at Bug and say, what's wrong with our friend? What'd you do to him?
Oh, I gave him a funny berry. It makes your skin go rainbow dots.
You gonna be okay?
Oh, I think so. Well, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to be funny.
Do you have more berries?
We got a few more.
Wait, so you said you guys are from the island? The island that we just stopped by?
Yeah. From the big island with the volcanoes. It's so boring there.
Oh.
You want to go someplace new. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get off when you get to another cool island.
Alright.
Well, what you call stowaways.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I mean that's pretty harmless, I guess.
Yeah.
Except for do you guys have any?
Except for the time and trouble and annoyance. And also they ruined a bunch of perfectly good, beautiful cloth. Look at this.
Yeah, do you have
Good
any
for
money
Rat's Nest now.
to repay?
throw the ink at it? I tried to make it better. We can try and make a cool ink pattern. You can put the word "bud" on it a lot, and that'll be worth a lot of berries.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Okay. I can't move right now.
Do you guys have to be invisible all the time?
No, that's just the best.
If we'll let you stay on the ship if you make yourselves visible.
Okay. And these little creatures appear. They have 4 wings, and they have I have a little description on them. Yeah, they're green-skinned little humanoids. Frumpf is kind of like a little bit portly, and Oopla is very wiry and thin.
Which one am I holding?
You're holding Oopla.
Who is wiry
Wiry and
and yeah, okay. Okay. Good to know.
Frumpf has a big bushy beard too. Like comes down to his belly button.
Beard.
I'll draw a picture of.
Okay.
Well, I let them go once they are ready.
What was that?
What's that?
Like a ship horn.
That was the toot noise they made as they got released.
They're just flying around tooting everywhere.
Yeah. Just farting noises.
I mean, you guys are just traveling to different places?
Hope so.
You can join.
We liked your music.
You can join us.
I don't know if we want to join you.
Yes, I don't think you should join us. We are very boring when we're not with this. This ship crew does a lot of music, it seems.
Yeah, you guys are not very good at doing jokes. I mean, the pea freezing thing was pretty funny. I see you pee. Ha 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 ha. I get it.
Yeah, well,
But the other stuff, I didn't get it. I didn't think it was funny.
yeah.
How long till Bug gets turned back to normal? How long do those berries last?
Do you actually feel
Usually a
bad,
day.
Bug?
I mean, I feel fine. This is.
You feel a bit colorful.
What?
You just look a bit colorful then.
Yeah, it's not anything bad.
Yeah.
Anything, it's an improvement.
I mean, come to think. I mean, yeah. If it's just some dots on my body, the berry was actually pretty good. I would have some more if you have more.
Sure, you should have a different one tomorrow, not today. Then you can see what cool pattern that one will make. You don't want them to overlap or you miss out on what it looks like. It's gotta look different.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you what,
that's pretty cool.
I'll give you the rest of my berries if you guys don't tell the rest of the crew about us. And then we can do jokes on them too.
Okay, but there's one guy in particular you'll need to focus on. He is, looks like this one here, and I'll point it.
He's not me though. Let me make that
Not,
clear.
yeah.
His hair is longer. He has much more fur on the rest of his body.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. Okay.
Just be careful. I don't think he's got much of a sense of humor.
Oh, those are the best people to prank. Well,
All right.
no, the best people to prank are the ones who prank you back. Okay.
And there's a little like side pocket that Oopla has and pops out these berries. So you've got 5 magic berries.
Wow. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, well, I take it.
So yeah, 3 days into being at sea, you discover the stowaways very fast. We're getting on past 10, so we're going to call it a night. But thanks everyone for joining us for our silly adventures on the high seas of hijinks and courtly intrigue in the Vasilic Kingdom and fun boat names. Anybody have a favorite moment from tonight? Or least favorite?
I like the stowaways. Our chaotic effort in capturing them. And
names are fun.
just coming in and just be like, what is going on?
It felt like when Zip came in, it was like that scene from Community when Donald Glover's character goes to get the pizza and then comes back and everything's just on fire. It's just like, what?
I'd like finding out more about Suchan's backstory too, actually.
That was
Oh
pretty
yeah, kind of sad.
Yeah, so I'm keen to know how old she actually is and if she's evil or not.
Maybe she doesn't even know if she's evil.
If you don't know you're evil, are you evil? If you're evil in a forest and nobody's around to see it.
Then everybody's like, "What? Why is there all that deforestation over there?"
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some wonderful drawings again tonight, guys. I really liked all of the colors that Priscilla put into that costume. It was fantastic. Zip's muscly poses were really good.
Training.
That
I'm gonna ace those arm wrestles. That's my
yeah,
plan.
there are no guns in this world, so I guess you can give them a crossbow show.
Yeah.
Um,
Take a look at these crossbows.
We just call them weapons, so this can be one can be
Yeah.
one's mace and
Sun's out,
more
weapons out?
And yeah, that drawing of the pixie at the end that you've drawn there, Matt. I love the face. Like he really looks like an annoying mischief maker.
it's inspired by, I guess, the pixies from like Del Toro's stuff, like the way that they're just kind of like, or even the way Mike Mignola, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, draws them, where they're kind of like little imps or like goblins with wings.
Yeah. Very.
I
very
like
much the vibe.
I like the voices you did for them too, and for the bat as well, and the mouse.
Remember them.
They're easy to remember because one's high.
And one's low.
Good
And the
combination.
And the bat's kind of dumb.
Just because of that expression you gave him. Well, that was the other thing I was going to say I loved about what you drew was the all the different animals that you're giving them personalities.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I had fun. I'm excited to see what happens on your next few days at sea. And thanks everyone for joining us. May all your marks be magical. May you have a magical marker. Don't smell the magic markers. Yeah.
Or
no.
do. In moderation.
If they're the scented ones. Although that
Always seek a parent's like permission before you do. Make sure there's someone nearby, just in case.
I think those scented markers, the ones that are supposed to smell like cherry and whatever, that's like your beginner pack for starting on vaping. Like it's a bad road to go down. Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week for another show, and take care.
Bye bye.
The